Go.
All right, Coach Justin here down at NSA. I'm a pitching instructor. Today we're going to focus on the shoulder joint, very important to pitchers. And there's three words I'm going to use that are important to that shoulder joint. Flexibility and mobility. Flexibility is the range of motion, how far you can move that shoulder. Mobility is your ability to move through that range of motion or through the flexibility. And in between those two words, we have to have stability. And that's what we're going to focus on today. There's a lot of stress put on a pitcher's shoulder joint. A professional pitcher's shoulder rotates at about 7,000 degrees per second. To give you an idea of what that's like, it'd be like moving your arm in a full circle 20 times in 1 second. And that puts between 70 and 90 pounds of pressure on that shoulder joint per pitch. So it's very, very important that we build strength and stability within that joint. To give you an idea of flexibility in just a picture, here's some major league pitchers. You can see that shoulder's rotating at almost 180 degrees or almost a straight line. And the more flexibility and mobility we get, the better our velocity is going to be. So a good way to work on the stability of the shoulder joint is cord exercises, and you can incorporate these in your pregame routine. You can also use this on your off day. I recommend doing it days after throwing, and really anytime you throw, it's going to have your shoulder feeling a lot looser. And I know when I pitched, it always made that ball feel lighter when I went to pick it up and throw. So I'm going to show you a few basic exercises today on the cord. Number one, make sure you always have your cord secured to something that isn't going to pop off and have that cord come and hit you. And I just start off here with internal rotation. Now, it's important that we isolate that shoulder joint here. So I'm holding my elbow in tight to my body, and I'm not moving that elbow, I'm rotating that shoulder joint. So this is called internal side rotation, and we're gonna get 25 reps in here. Again, focusing on keeping that joint stabilized and isolating it. And then after I get my 25 reps in on internal rotation, I'm going to turn around to the other side and do the opposite, or external rotation. So in our shoulder joint, we have accelerators, which bring your arm forward, and then we have decelerators in the back of the shoulder, which slow your arm down. It's important that both of them be strong and stable to prevent injury and make sure everything is working like it should. I've always heard the saying, you might be able to throw 90, but if you can't stop 90, eventually your shoulder's gonna end up breaking down. So everything we do internally, it's important to do externally as well. So 25 reps here on side internal and external rotation, and then we're gonna come up here. I want my upper arm parallel with the floor and my elbow joint even with my shoulder joint here. I'm going to do 25 internal rotations, elevated internal rotations. And once I get my 25 reps in there, I'm going to turn around and again do the back of my shoulder and my decelerators and get 25 reps in here. And this is after you've done your arm circles, after you've stretched your arm out. And I'm going to leave you with this today. It's the month of April. We tend to have a lot of rainy days. You may not be able to get outside every day. And one more thing you can do with your band is go through your whole pitching mechanics, focusing on your front side and that whole range of motion in your arm. And to simulate long toss or to simulate putting more effort in and throwing that ball farther, I'm just getting further away from the wall and putting more tension on that cord. So, another thing to incorporate into your pregame routine and your preparation as a pitcher is our cord work, again, creating stability and helping with that flexibility and mobility in that shoulder joint. Thank you.